Welcome to Seeking God, where we consider the questions and stories regarding our faith. If you find this video to be valuable, please click the subscribe button and also pass it on to others. Thank you. In the Hebrew Scriptures, we're told many stories of the Israelites who, after they fled Egypt, began to conquer the new lands and what they considered the land promised to them by God. As they moved from place to place and took over various places, they came to the land of Moab. And there they encountered the folks, the Moabites, who were there to defend their land. The king had heard what was going on, and he was concerned about how he would be able to defend himself against these people who were coming to take his land. So, not having any easy answers, he sent for his diviner, the person that he used to tell him spiritually what was going to happen, his prophet of a sort. The fellow's name was Baalam. And he sent word to him that he wanted him to come, that he wanted to know what to do. And Baalam didn't have much to say to him. So he sent his folks to go and retrieve Baalam and bring him to him. So Baalam went out and he saddled up his donkey and he climbed aboard, and along with the folks who came to escort him, he began his trip to see the king. Now, God wasn't really very favorable toward Baalam going there and telling these kinds of things to the king. So he sent his own person, his own angel, to stop Baalam in his tracks, or to somehow convince him to not go. So the messenger came and he planted himself in the middle of the road. And the donkey saw him, and he stopped. It scared him because he had a sword and he was very commanding. But here's the thing, Baalam couldn't see him. Baalam thought his donkey was just being stubborn, and so he beat him and got him to move on. The messenger went off somewhere else and the donkey moved. They went a bit farther and the messenger was there, and he began to push the donkey up against a wall, which hurt Baalam's ankle, and Baalam did not see the messenger again. And so he beat the donkey, and the messenger moved and left and went away. The donkey began to move toward the king, where the king was again. And yet again, the messenger stopped him, and Baalam proceeded to beat his donkey again, at which point the donkey looked around at Baalam and said, "Why do you beat me?" And Baalam said, "Well, you're stopping. You're not going where we need to go. Apparently, you're not taking me to the place I need to be. You have other things in mind because it is what you want." He says, "But why do you beat me?" He says, "To get you to do what I need you to do." And the donkey looked at him and said, "Haven't I always done what you need me to do?" Baalam said, "Yes, but I thought," he said, "I have always done what you needed me to do. There's a messenger trying to keep us from going," at which point the messenger appeared to Baalam. And then the messenger gave Baalam the message from God that he should go and he should look favorably upon the Israelites who were coming. And he did. In our faith journeys, we look for revelations. We seem to have the impression that they will come through some extraordinary means, some great, loud, flashing light and thunder. Or perhaps a cell phone call from God. Or maybe God's voice will come through our stereos, or we will hear a voice very clearly that we can identify as being holy or divine. We look for those kinds of revelations as a way to know that God is somehow speaking to us. The divine is present with us. Sometimes it affirms us as being special in the eyes of the divine. But here's the thing. More often than not, I believe that we receive revelations not through dramatic presentations, but through those who care about us, who challenge us day in and day out, who love us, and sometimes even from our enemies. When they show us the ways in which we are not being faithful in our lives, then they are offering divine revelation to us. And it's a gift, a wonderful gift that is given to each and every one of us through them. Sometimes the Holy reveals things to us, even through a donkey. Coming to see these revelations, opening our eyes and our ears and our hearts and our minds to these holy times. That takes time. Sometimes it takes work, but it is a process, a journey. Faith is a journey. Life is a journey. Thank you for joining me in this journey, seeking God.